Let's move on. Talk about X-Force number 13.
Okay.
Well, a lot of stuff happens in this issue. This is a prelude to the Messiah War. That's going to be
Suicide leper.
Yeah.
Everything is so vile.
Yeah.
Church of
everything.
Suicide leper.
Everything in this issue is just like hardcore, extreme, over the top.
Yeah.
To the point of, I'm getting to a spoiler for the last page for you guys, but this is the thing that I wanted to talk about. The deal is that the the leper queen or whatever has a bunch of mutants, is injecting mutants with a formula that makes them go nuts and essentially explode whatever their powers are, killing humans. There's a pretty classic page layout going on in the second to last page where she has a gun pointed at Boom Boom's head.
Boom Boom. That word again.
Boom Boom's head, and then she says, "I'm sorry, I'm going to have to kill you." You get a panel of blam, and then you figure you're going to turn the page and there'll be something entirely different. But you turn the page and there's a full page splash of Boom Boom dead on the floor, shot through the head.
Right.
Now, the thing for me is,
If you like female characters, pick up the Wonder Woman.
this sort of struck me as, a lot of people are like, they kill off, D-list characters or whatever very easily. But I think this is the first character that I was like, what? I got really upset about this. I got very, very upset about this. And it made me realize that every, D-list character that you kill off is important to somebody.
You know what you should do?
Yeah?
You post on the internet.
I think that's a good idea.
A lot of times it gets the writers to change the character.
It does. It totally does.
Have you ever killed a character that you regretted doing?
All the time. You mean in real life or like?
In
Because those hookers won't kill themselves. I'm saying.
Whoa, there wolves. There's something we can take out of the podcast. Yeah. Now they have an edit to make.
Ice. I made the mistake of killing Ice. It was my idea to kill Ice.
Justice League,
Justice League, character, and it was my call, and it was a really bad call. So you never don't kill it. Like here's a lesson, for instance. Like when we decided to do a new Vulture in Amazing Spider-Man, collectively in the room, our first thought was, well, the first thing he does is he kills the old Vulture. I'm like, you know what? That if for some reason people don't respond to the new Vulture, we're screwed. So maybe we should try this time not to kill the old Vulture and see if the new one takes, so before you just really just knock off existing characters who have been around for longer than you've been in the business,
It feels like often an easy way of amping up the danger. And there's always, I think, some way around that, some way of amping up the danger without just killing a character.
The trick is, I'm going to put in a plug for Irredeemable again. I'm just saying. So the trick is not falling prey to the easy way of substituting violence for evil. There are two different things, and there's no act so violent in comics that we haven't seen it 9 times already. So the trick is trying to find something that is chilling and evil, and yet not as simple as a gun to the head. Although I haven't read the story, I don't know. I mean, it may have been the perfect ending to that story. I'm just saying.
It's a good story.
It's only part 2.
Oh, okay.
There's more to come.
Yeah.
But it's a great story, and I think this was kind of this series is like extreme. A lot of extreme things happen. That's just another guess.
Somebody was so angry that you said evil is not violence that they left.
To commit violence, I suppose. So,
Someone disagreed so strongly that Pete left.
Oh man.
Well, something I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, but you got pretty upset about this killing off Bart Allen, right?
Oh man, but I'm still mad. I still go to bed mad every night. Yes. Yeah. You just look. And to some degree, it's karmic retribution for the stupid things I've done, like killing Ice. But still, it's the idea is that if the easiest thing to do in comics is to just put a gun to somebody's head or whatever, and I'm not, again, this sounds like I'm writing on X-Force. I haven't read the comic. It may be great. I don't know. But putting a gun to somebody's head and pulling the trigger is the easiest way out. And it seems to me like these characters, if you don't like the character, if you don't think it's working, just shut them off for 6 months. Just go let it lay fallow for a while. You remember the Hulk? This is my favorite example. The Hulk lasted 6 issues in 1962, didn't sell, and then just vanished because the book didn't sell. They didn't just decide in the last issue, oh, it's not working, we may as well kill Bruce Banner. And if they had, the whole course of Marvel Comics would have changed forever. Instead, they just said, it's not working, let's put it on the shelf for a little while, and maybe his time will come at some point, and maybe it won't. And I think history will back me up when I say, I think the Hulk's time came.
It'd be a different industry if every time sales slipped, the character was like, I'll do it.
DC Comics, one of the two.
This is a good point to move on, talk about what let's talk about Potter's Field, Stone Cold.
Yes, let's.
All right. Well, tell us a little bit about the series. I mean, this is a one-shot.
The one shot that comes off of the 3-issue mini that we did last year.
Which was really good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And the basic concept is, and it's true, there's a place called Potter's Field, which is just off of, it's Hart Island, which is in the river. And it's basically where the city of New York buries its John Does. It's the bodies that you can't identify by name. And my detective in Potter's Field is a guy who we know very little about, but he's decided his mission is to go through that graveyard and put a name on every tombstone, no matter how long it takes.
Any name?
Any name. Your name is on half the tombstones. So,
Series over.
So it's just like it's an event. It's a detective procedural, but it's like, you know, finding out who the real person is here. Jason Moncho. I know.
Wait, what's that?
They're having a thing.
There's some friends of mine as tombstones. In there.
Oh.
So, and so the idea is, you know, it's a detective procedural. It's who is this person in this grave that is not, you know, and what was their story, and what was their what killed them, what injustice is left to solve that I have to finish out. So, and he's got like the Shadow. He has sort of a network of operatives throughout the city. There's the the coroner who owes him a favor. There's the newspaper writer who owes him a favor.
I have a coroner that owes me a favor.
I'm sure.
Gotta catch that.
Sure you do. Yeah. So that's the story. It's done with an artist named Paul Azaceta, who is brilliant. His work is great.
Stuff.
Yeah. So this is a one shot coming off that, and then we're doing a hardcover collection of the whole thing next month. So.
And then
What
is
do
there
you
going to be, I'm sorry, is there going to be more? Is there going to be more coming?
There will be more. It's really just trying to find a place in Paul Azaceta's schedule to do it. I mean, I could write more, but I really want Paul to do this stuff.
Yeah.
But enough about how I feel about the book.
No, I've really enjoyed it, and I like. It's a very interesting starting point. We're starting with the cemetery, kind of like starting with the end and working backwards. Really, it's got like a really creepy coolness to it. Yeah, my only complaint is I want more. You know,
Cool.
I mean,
did you read the original miniseries?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There'll be more. There will be more. That's a good complaint. I can live with that complaint.
What? I like it too. Why do you think I'm a jerk?
You tie wearing.
We used to all wear ties, and I don't know what happened.
Only jerks wear ties.
So I gotta be like the cool couch over there. What's going on?
this is clearly not the
I do like it. I like because you have your police procedural, but it does have this overarching goal, which is nice. It'd be nice if that this would be a television show.
We've been talking. We've been talking with some people, and again, but if it's only, you know what, if it's only a comic for the rest of its existence, I'm fine with that. It'd be great if it were a TV show at some point, but it's about comics first.
This is in particular, I think, very nice done in one issue, and Paul, as I said, does a nice job with the layouts. I think just doing things that can only be in comics.
Yeah.
I think, which is great about it. So
Thank you.
there you go.
There you go.
All right. Awesome.
Yes.
Are you
so
happy?
pick that up.
I'm happy now.
Yes. Cool.
Okay, we're gonna be editing that.